Holding on to A-grade employees. How do you do it? Well, this is one model behind me where if you get an A-grade employee, you've invested time, money and effort and resources in training them up, and now they are almost walking on water. They are that good. They're probably almost as good as you, maybe even better. So this option here we've got behind me is one way of locking your employees down with what I call golden handcuffs. So we start and we say we're paying the person $25 an hour. Now, the dollar value doesn't matter. That could be 25, could be 45, could be 55, 60, 100. It could be any dollar value you want. So their normal pay in this example here is $25 times 40 hours is roughly $1,000 a week. So we'll say $50,000 a year, roughly. Now, we want to give them something that's called a share option. So the employee needs to make sure there's no disadvantage to them, and that there's a way out for them as well. So it's a no-lose scenario for them, that the only upside is positive. So in this example here, I want to pay a bonus of double their salary. Yeah, double. So in this example here, that's another $1,000 a week that we're going to be paying them, or 50 grand a year. There's another 2 weeks that's missed out. So the $1,000 a week we're paying them, 50 grand a year. And what we're going to be doing is saying, each year we're going to be allocating this to you for free. We're going to give you $50,000 of shares. Now, this doesn't work if your business is not profitable. If your business is not throwing off dividends, why would anybody want to invest with you and your time and money and effort? They are going to look somewhere else. But if you can offer them profit share according to dividends, then that's the smart way of locking your employees down. So here's how it works out. So in the first year, they get that $1,000 a week or $50,000 a year. So down here, at the end of the first year, they've just made $50,000 of shares. So effectively, you're giving them $50,000, but then you're taking it away because they've got to give it to you to buy their shares. Yes, this is going to create a capital gains event for you as the business owner, but they've now got 10% of the shares. So that $50,000 has bought them 10% of the company. So any of the profits, they get 10%. But you get 90% of the profits. Next year, another successful year, they get another $50,000, so that takes them to $100,000. The next year, they come along and they get another $50,000, and that takes them to $150,000. The next year, it takes them to $200,000. And then the last year, and this is an interesting part here, but you will consider it differently yourself. But what I want to hold this thing at is I want to hold it at 49%. So now they've got $250,000 worth of bonuses, which they've used to buy up to 49% of the company. The rest of the company, this part that goes up here till you get to the full 100% ownership, which is your shareholding, that's what they have to hold on to themselves for you. They are now working for you. So what you want to be structuring is working so that within 2 years, by the time they get to the end of the second year, they are running the company for you. And all your involvement's going to be is simply sitting on the monthly management meetings and reviewing the numbers and giving guidance strategically of how they can operate the business. So there has to be, I mentioned to you that there's got to be some safety net for them. And that is where we turn around and say, right, you can either have a bonus of $25 an hour, which we're going to use to buy shares in the company. But there's no downside for you. If you want to leave within 2 years, then I'll pay you a $2 an hour increase, so there's no disadvantage to you, and you get an extra 40 hours a week times $80 for the rest of the year. So you get another $4,000 just for going through this exercise if you don't want to take on the ownership of the company. So this is a model I've used with some of my clients. There's a lot of variations you can apply to it. I hope that it's giving you something to think about, and I wish you well.